Why do U.S. politicians justify laws based on Christianity when it is a country of free religion? Wow. So many absolutely incorrect comments. Let's read the relevant text from the 1A. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. Quote, do you see it say anywhere that people can't support policies based on their religious beliefs? Or argue in favor of policies using religiously rooted arguments? No, because it doesn't say that. People are allowed to support policies based on their values. Period. It doesn't matter if those values are secular or religious. That's a pretty core part of freedom of religion. Do I like that Christian evangelicals have a stranglehold on this country and its laws and policies? Absolutely not. That said, they are 100% within their rights to support what they consider to be pious policies. Edit. Y'all need to go back to you middle school and slap your civics teachers across the face. This should not be this tough for so many of you to understand. Because your beliefs inform your actions. No matter what your beliefs might be. Everyone does this. Religious or otherwise. Country of free religion means you are free to pick your religion. You see, a long time ago people fled Europe and came to what is now known as today as America. Because it was illegal for them to practice their faith. Likewise, many of those who created our Constitution were Christian but of various different sects of Christianity. They didn't want America to become like Europe. So one of the first things they agreed upon was that certain things cannot be infringed upon. And one of those was what religion a person practiced. In the past, Christians have had more or less a free rein in the U.S. to do as they please because they were the majority. In the 1960s, that began to change, and things like prayer in school were declared unconstitutional. The U.S. continued to get more secular up until the 1980s, when ultra-conservative fundie Christianity started to seize power in the Republican Party. Today, one of the biggest power blocks in the Republican Party is ultra-conservative fundie Christian dominionists, whose publicly stated goal is to impose a real-world Republic of Gilead on us all. No Republican can even dream about winning a major office without bending the knee to these guys. They have a solid majority in the Supreme Court now, and they won't let minor details like the First Amendment keep them from driving us towards becoming a fascist theocracy, the Christian Taliban. Do I personally want this? Yes or no? Boom. Done. That's pretty much the line of thinking for most everyone to justify everything. Well, the US is a democratic country. So politicians need to get votes to stay in power. If they want votes, they have to, in theory, make laws that the people want. So if they want a law to pass, regardless of if it's actually any good for the people or not, they have to convince all the other politicians involved that it's a good law to support for their popularity with the voters. Or more often, bad if they vote against it. The US is also a country in which a great deal of people hear Christianity and translate it as good. So connecting a law you want to pass to Christianity increases its chances of passing, as well as increasing chances of the people who supported it getting re-elected, which further increases its chances of passing. Thus many laws are justified through Christian scripture. In short, democracy, voters Christian, laws Christian. You want no connection between the people's religion and the state's laws, you gonna need a non-democracy, so that religious people will vote for them. Nothing is free in the US. There is always a price to pay. We're a country of free religion as long as you go to the right church. If you're going to try to legislate, force your religious beliefs on the rest of us, I don't think it's too much to ask for you to first prove your God belief is unmistakably legit. Because laws are fundamentally a codification of a society's moral views on what is right and wrong. And in a democratic society where a plurality of people are, and a majority historically have been, Christian morals are the underpinning for most American law. I mean, your ideas on right and wrong have to come from somewhere. Be it the Bible, the Quran, the Communist Manifesto, Aristotle's Golden Mean, or even just your own gut feelings at the moment. So, whenever someone wants to forbid, protect a certain action in law, they have to justify to the voters why they think that thing is either so evil it must be banned, or so precious it must be protected from interference. They have to speak to the most common source of morality for the country, which is Christianity. Because the uber-Christian are easy to pander to for guaranteed votes, because if you ban trans healthcare for them, they won't care what you do to the environment and economy. Contradiction in paradox. Playing to a base. In case you didn't know, we were founded by outcasted Christians. They did their best to make a society where government can't force one religion, and that's all that was meant by religious freedom. As far as what you claim, what are you referencing? A huge portion of U.S. voters follow some religion. Enacting laws aligned with their religious values is a way to win votes in election. In some states, districts, it is the only way to win. Thus, many people elected to legislate are beholden to religious groups. Quite frankly, the Constitution was never universally accepted. It was just the compromise all 13 states were willing to make. People will push it to extremes whenever it conflicts with their personal beliefs. Because Christians don't want it to be free of religion and they vote. Because Christians are really easy to manipulate. Because people keep voting for politicians who want the U.S. to be a Christian nation. It's not only in the U.S.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.